Hello, good morning and welcome. The time is 5:30 on Monday the 14th of July. Today is all about training. Today is all about training. I'm going to run through my training plan, sort of my full weekly split, sort of like the distances I'm aiming for, my running, pacing targets, all that good stuff, as well as all my strength work. But first I got two PT sessions this morning with two of my clients. Got a fair bit of work to do on my laptop and I got a 5k run to do this afternoon. Can you hear me? I need to drink water badly. I had one this morning, but that's not worked. That's not worked at all. So let's get into it. Two PT sessions back to back, both very different clients with very different needs. To be fair, something I thought about doing was actually running through a video, basically discussing like how I would set up potential clients, depending on the goals or something like that. But we'll see. If you want that, drop me a message and I'll make sure I make it. Client number one done this morning. I'm then going to move. That's meal number one. So meal number one and client number one done this morning. A lot of people, a few people have asked like what it's like to run sort of like a coaching business. It's something that I put on my story, saying do you want a little bit more insight like behind the scenes of what it is that I actually do on a day-to-day basis. Now, my sort of goals for today are to basically, I'm relaunching my 7 days of free coaching, which I did September last year. So I'm sort of revamping it for the summer edition, mainly focused on sort of like losing body fat. It's typically in summer. Most people will be a little bit leaner. So that's getting relaunched as of today. Alongside that, I'm also creating, which is going to be in the description. I'll go for description down at the bottom. It's basically a little survey where you can win a free entire month of coaching. Basically, I'm trying to get as much data as possible from my client base, from people who are pretty much training as bodybuilders at the moment, but you wanted to feel a little bit fitter, you wanted to run a little bit more, you wanted to do a bit more of that, I'm doing air quotes, hybrid style training. So if you want to enter into that, to win a free month, all you got to do, go into the description, fill it out for me. It shouldn't take you 5 minutes, and I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much if you do that in advance. Science? What am I talking about? Client number two. Let's go. So my overall training split, my overall training methodology, what am I doing at the minute? What am I actually doing on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis? What is it that I'm doing? So in terms of my strength sessions, I've been hitting 3 full body sessions a week. Now, pretty much every exercise is broadly 2 sets in that 6 to 8 or 6 to 10 rep range. So again, going sufficiently heavy, close-ish to failure. For lower body stuff, I'm not really pushing too hard, but I'm not half-arsing it. I'm somewhere in the middle, closer to the failure point, rather than just sort of going through the motions. The big focus for me in this next 12-week block is running and building up my running injury-free, which has been my main thing that's held me back after years and years and years. And I'm finally in a decent place with my ankles and especially my knees. Obviously, in touch wood, my knees have been good for quite a while now, so hopefully we don't see any more flare-ups of that. I've been trying to keep on top of my sort of prehab and all that good stuff. So again, I'm doing 4 runs a week, 2 easy, 1 tempo run, and then 1 longer run on the weekend, which is usually on a Saturday morning. Again, I'm finding that quite sound at the minute. I don't need to really be doing more than that. I don't really need to be doing less than that. It's a nice balance between pushing hard and making sure that I've got enough in the tank for recovery, and also dealing with like obviously my current injuries, which I have. So again, I'm pretty sound. In terms of like obviously the big one, if you bring any body weight down, is diet. So at the minute, my calories are well and true, they're in the floor. Now, would I recommend any of my clients to do this? Nope. Would I recommend anyone to do this? It wasn't a client. Nope. But I just want to get as much body fat off as possible to make my running easier. This isn't coming from a place of like oh my God, I think I'm fat. Like I hate the way that I look, because I don't really care. But it's going to make running easier if I've not got essentially an 8 kg dumbbell strapped to me at all times. So bringing that body weight down, I'm looking essentially like a prisoner of war in September. Like proper lean is what the sort of goal is over the next 3 months. I'm aiming for around about 82 kg. Once I hit that point, obviously I'm away for about 8 days or so when I go on holiday. Then once I get back, I'm basically going to transition into a sort of like an improvement phase where I'm trying to eat a lot more food and also prep for a marathon at the same time. Obviously, my marathon's in Feb, so obviously working back 14 weeks from there, wherever that comes to, that's when I'll probably start like properly the marathon training. But keeping my weekly volume in terms of running anywhere between 25 to 40, depending on the week, I'll be really happy with if I can stay injury free, which is the main thing for me, is taking my recovery seriously and not half-arsing it, which is something that I 100% will do. If I wasn't doing these videos, there's no chance I'd be doing any sort of recovery, because I'd just be like, I'm fine. But that's pretty much the overarching sort of split across the week. I'm going to go into it in a little bit more detail and break it down day by day in the next video, where I basically go through a full week of training. But today is just basically what I'd usually get up to on a Monday. The angle was well off then. I hope it wasn't like that the entire time. But yeah, full body session A for the week about to go down. I'm going to get myself ready and raring to go. Pretty much planned my entire day here for what I need to get done. Let's go. Hello. Every time I put the camera in my front, I always sort my hair out. Full body. Session 1 for the week is complete. Wow, my head looks shiny. I am now home. So, what am I going to do for the rest of the day? Well, I've got a call at 12. So going to get that call done at 12. Have a nice little chill for a little bit. Grab myself some dinner. Then what am I doing after that? See, you think I'd know when to start speaking, but sometimes, like I say, I said before, and I'll say it again, sometimes I start a sentence and not know where it's going to end. I'm then going to go for my lovely little 5k later. Again, very, very easy pace. Nothing, no pace targets, no nothing, just get 5k done, get it in the legs, and get some of the mileage ticked off this week nice and early. Now, do you really need to be training twice a day? No, you really don't. Realistically, if you want to say decent progress, like 4 times a week, depending on what you actually want to do, is more than enough. As long as you're getting all your stuff done outside, your habits ticked, steps, nutrition, you'll be sound. I'm not one of them who says that you've got to be doing fucking everything, that working, running all the hours that God gave you, because you don't. You need to be a little bit smart, a little bit clever, and you'll be fine. You see your belly? Wow. You see your belly? Thank you. So, meal number 1, well, technically meal number 2, but do we really count a monster? Yeah, fuck it, we'll count it. You can't really see it, but it's 200 grams of chicken. Told you these calories are fucking low today. These calories are in the floor. 200 grams of chicken. I'm also going to have a little bit later on a shake or smoothie, more like, with skier, mixed fruit, bit of whatever I've still got frozen in the freezer, obviously. that will pretty much tie me over until I have my main meal, which is going to be this evening. So stay tuned for that. Do you know what I mean? I'm just leaving trails, leaving hooks, so you've got to watch to the end of the video. That's how storytelling works. That's how cinema works. Can you see that scar on my eyebrow there? You might think it's a fashion choice, but actually, nah, I'll save that story for another time. It's fucking embarrassing. I got battered basically, but I'll tell you the full story one day. So, we have got 200 grams of chicken, 10 grams of mayo, and a little bit of sriracha sauce. Washed down. I think I've left the fork over there. I'm not even my bare hands, don't worry. Washed down some lovely sparkling battery acid water. Now, if you don't rate sparkling water, then I'm afraid that me and you cannot be mates. Gonna get this nailed while watching UFC Countdown.
Everything you can. Dustin Poirier. The stage is set for a fitting send-off in the Big Easy.
Hello. So, meal number 2. I've had chicken before. Now we are onto the big boy. That is a full pot of skyr, like 200 grams of spinach, no, 100 grams of spinach, 200 grams of banana, bang, 30 grams of peanut butter in the mixer, in the old blender. Fuck me, my brain is like mush. In the blender, get that down. I'm trying to eat a lot more fruit, veg, micronutrients, as I'm trying to not get ill. That's the main thing. As well as obviously trying to prioritise recovery, like eating more fruit and veg will surely mean I don't get ill as much, because my immune system is so bad. So the longer that we can stay without illness, the better. But yeah, again, time to crack on with work. What another it's boring. I've got a lot of work to do, a lot of typing on my laptop. I've got a call, as I mentioned before, in a little bit, and then we are off. I keep looking out the window, I'm getting distracted. Then we're off on our 5k run. I'm back. The time is 3:30. I'm about to go for a 5k. A lot of numbers there. About an hour ago, I had some jam on toast. I forgot to record it because I was hungry, but I had 2 slices of sourdough and 50 grams of jam. Nice. I feel a bit hyperactive now. I think it's all the carbs flowing through me. I've actually not had that much caffeine today, which I'm really proud of. I'm trying to reduce it down as much as possible. I managed to go 1 day last week without caffeine, and I might try again tomorrow, but depends on my sleep. It's a lot cooler today, so I'm quite looking forward to this run. But yes, time to go and run at 5 kilometers. Hello, meal number 3. Oh God, dog jump on me. Final meal of the day going in, 250 grams of beef mince and 2 fried eggs. Lovely, jubbly, proper chopping board. Warrior tackle. Yeah, today's done. I'm really happy. 1700 calories on the nose by the end of today. Again, those are quite low if I'm being brutally honest, but I just want to just deal with it for the next 60 days or so before I go away. And then I can get properly into it when I get back. So it's just a case of dealing with being hungry, dealing with being a little bit bored of getting steps done, just being a bit bored in general of constantly repeating the same thing day after day. But you know what? That's how you're going to get stronger. That's how you're going to get quicker. And that's how I'm going to get faster. That's how I'm going to run an ultra marathon. Pretty simple. Sorry. A pretty simple day, all things considered. Sort of this week, so Sunday's video is going to be an introduction to basically what a full week of training actually looks like. So it'll be from Tuesday onwards, because yesterday I was supposed to upload a video and the file corrupted when it was uploading and I didn't back it up, which is just fucking stupid. But that'll be coming on Sunday, so you'll see what I get up to for the rest of this week for all of my training. So 3 full body sessions, 4 runs, and a little bit of added cardio across the week. That Come here. See you later.